Deep State in shock after former FBI Director Comey testifies before Midyear grand jury. By Sorcha Faal. June 11, 2017. WhatDoesItMean.com. A stunning new SVR report circulating in the Kremlin today states that former FBI Director James Comey, who is still listed as the FBI Director on their website, has left the deep state in shock after he testified yesterday, 10 June, before a secret grand jury in New York City that is investigating crimes related to Hillary Clinton, and that with his being accompanied by U.S. Marshal Service agents strongly suggests that he is also under arrest. According to this report, immediately after Comey testified before the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee this past Thursday, 8 June, U.S. Marshal Service agents whisked him to his childhood home in New Jersey that is still occupied by his father, J. Brian Comey, an avowed hater of President Donald Trump, who says that America's leader should be impeached immediately and belongs in a mental institution. Not being told to the American people by their mainstream propaganda media was that a secret U.S. federal jury codenamed Midyear was impaneled in July 2015 to investigate crimes related to Hillary Clinton, and though the Obama regime did everything in their power to subvert the justice of, nevertheless, just 2 weeks prior to the November 16 presidential election, had to reactivate. As to why the Obama regime was forced to reactivate the mid-year secret grand jury investigating Hillary Clinton was due to the actions of National Security Agency Director Admiral Mike Rogers, who had long been in secret communication with then-candidate Trump, and that when discovered, both Defense Secretary Ash Carter and Director of National Intelligence James Clapper urged President Obama to fire. Knowing that President Obama was about to fire him, moreover, NSA Director Admiral Rogers declassified the shocking criminal complaint affidavit used to impanel the secret mid-year grand jury investigating Hillary Clinton that was prepared by the FBI's top counterintelligence agent E.W. Pricestap, and that the powerful independent legal organization Judicial Watch then used in their U.S. federal court filing titled Judicial Watch, Inc. versus Rex Tillerson in his official capacity as Secretary of State / Civil Action number 15-CV-1068. Working with FBI counterintelligence head E.W. Pricestap in investigating Hillary Clinton's crimes was FBI Special Agent William Sweeney, Jr., who approached then U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara to begin calling witnesses before the mid-year secret grand jury, but who, in refusing to do so, was promptly fired by President Trump, who replaced him with U.S. Attorney June H. Kim, who was in turn immediately successful in convicting close Hillary Clinton confidant Anthony Weiner. Critical to note about Anthony Weiner's conviction for U.S. federal crimes is that his wife, Huma Abedin, was Hillary Clinton's closest aide, but though she filed for divorce immediately upon her husband's conviction, quickly reconciled with him after turning state's evidence and allowing her secret trove of documents to be captured by the FBI. Among the secret Hillary Clinton emails and documents turned over to the FBI by Huma Abedin were communications showing that FBI Director Comey was deep in debt and near bankruptcy, but in exchange for his lying about Hillary Clinton being under criminal investigation, was promised that he would receive at least a $10 million book deal. Also among the secret Hillary Clinton emails and documents the FBI captured due to Huma Abedin becoming a state's witness were communications proving that FBI Director Comey had for years been leaking top-secret information to the media, and that the SVR strongly believes he was arrested for on 6 June. leading the SVR to believe that Comey was arrested on 6 June was due to his being summoned to the U.S. Department of Justice on 5 June, where he was interrogated by Deputy Solicitor General Michael Dreeben, who has argued more than 100 cases before the Supreme Court, is the department's go-to lawyer on criminal justice cases, and is highly respected by Democrats and Republicans because of his encyclopedic knowledge of criminal law. Important to note about Dreeben is that he was tapped by special counsel Robert Mueller to specifically interrogate Comey, and whom the SVR has a strong belief was the actual writer of the statement for the record Comey submitted to the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee on 7 June prior to his 8 June testimony, and was not allowed to read into the public record. Critical to note about this believed to be written by Dreeben's statement for the record is that, along with Comey's testimony, it is the first instance in American history where an FBI director testified under oath that he had actually committed crimes. To the crimes Comey admitted under oath to committing, it was his admitting that he willfully violated his FBI employment agreement, that he leaked to the media U.S. government-produced and owned documents, and his perjuring himself by stating he had done so only after President Trump had sent a tweet, but that the facts prove were leaks committed by Comey before any such thing occurred. Interestingly, though, SVR American legal analysts state in this report that Comey's admitting under oath that he lied in saying Hillary Clinton's criminal investigation was only a matter was not a violation of U.S. law, as he had been ordered by his Obama regime superior, Attorney General Loretta Lynch, to do so, but that Comey didn't object to doing. Not being told to the American people by their corrupt mainstream propaganda media is that President Trump, like all U.S. presidents before him, have the absolute power to stop any and all investigations being conducted by the FBI or U.S. DOJ against them, and that was most famously displayed in 1992 when President George H.W. Bush pardoned 6 of his top officials nearing trial to squash an investigation into his administration's illegal dealings with Iran. Though President Trump could most certainly stop all investigations into him or his associates, he has instead chose a longtime Washington, D.C. operative and former war-decorated U.S. military officer named Robert Mueller to lead his efforts against the deep state trying to destroy him, and who, aside from being on Trump's short list to lead the FBI after Comey's firing, is long known to do exactly what his president orders him to do. With the deep state operative Comey now being referred to as the 6-foot 8-inch pajama boy, and President Trump also being described as winning this war against him, his adversaries were shocked yesterday when one of their favorite leftist heroes, Bernie Sanders, proclaimed to thousands of his supporters that, quote, the current model and the current strategy of the Democratic Party is an absolute failure, thus leading the SVR to conclude that violence, not the ballot box, will now determine the fate of America.